Hello Gemini, my name is Agatha and this is your tarot forecast for the month of May 2018. This is a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. For you Gemini, I'm going to use the Chrysalis Tarot and also the Soul cards. And this is going to be a 20 card reading and I'm going to use the Celtic Cross. Usually the Celtic Cross is 10 cards. For each one of those cards, I'm going to use one clarification card from the Soul Cards deck. And also I'm going to use the Messenger Oracle to take a card as an advice. What is the advice for you? And actually I'm going to start with that. Gemini, what is the advice for you, Gemini, for the month of May 2018? What is the advice for you, Gemini, for the month of May 2018? And by the way, there's a very important transit in May, which, oh, look, this is the advice, which is Uranus entering the sign of Taurus. And I think it's going to happen in your 12th house, but this is just a tarot forecast. So what is the advice for you? And the advice, oh, embrace the dark. Embrace all parts of yourself, like the good and the bad ones. The ones that you perceive as good and the ones that you perceive as bad. I'm going to read from the little book because I think it's necessary. I like to give all possible meanings. What is the advice for you, Gemini, for May 2018? So, you have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive. Good gives rise to good and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. I'm going to repeat this. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. This is the advice for you, Gemini, for the month of May 2018. So we're going to go with the cards. Let's see how the month of May 2018 is going to be for you, Gemini. And if you if you'd like a reading similar to this one, like I said before, write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. So Gemini, May 2018, Gemini, May 2018, Gemini, May 2018. 1, 2, and 3. So 10 cards. The central theme. Oh, the 4 of Spirals. This is good. That which is yet not seen. The 7 of Mirrors. Okay. The Bases. The 9 of Spirals. The past influencing the present and the future. Papa Legba. The Strength. The Strength card. That which you want or that which is in your mind. 8 of Scrolls. The near future, which is, the Phoenix. Judgment Day. You, the card representing you, it's the Artist. Queen of Stones, the Artist. The others, the environment surrounding you, how people see you. Ace of Scrolls, you're initiating something. Hopes, fears, and advice. The Mime, the Page of Spirals, and the outcome, Gemini, it's the Acrobat, the Page of Stones. Okay, there's an energy of initiating something. There's so many, how many ending something and initiating something. But you're like holding off, you're resisting, Gemini. You have how many major arcana cards? You have 1, 2, you have 2 major arcana cards, so maybe for 20% of the people who watch this video, the month of May 2018 might be a very powerful month, might be a month of changes. Okay, so let's go with the clarification cards. Just gonna do like this. 1, okay, 2, 3, I don't read reversals. 4, 5, no, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Okie dokie. So embrace the dark. Remember, that's the advice, Gemini. Let's see how the month of May is going to be for you. Okay. So you have the general theme, which is the Four of Spirals. Usually this card, the Four of Spirals in traditional decks, is called the Four of Wands. And it's usually a very good, nice card. Okay, but again, it depends, right? It depends. Usually it speaks of marriage, matrimony, someone is celebrating something, maybe a family gathering, maybe some sort of party, an event, like someone's getting married, someone's getting baptized and you're invited for that, or you're getting married, okay? Also, it's a card of success. And somehow, because that's the house here, what I'm getting from this card is that maybe for some of you, Geminis, the month of May 2018 will be a month in which the general theme will be connected with home life, with family life. Now, in a good way or in a negative way? This is a clarification card. And I don't like this card as a clarification card. Why? Because it has very beautiful, soft pastel colors. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. But it feels like, you know how it feels like every time I look at this card? It feels like this person is choking this other person. It's a person, and it feels, it's a person holding something, and it's not exactly, it could be holding another person, yes, but it feels more like almost like a skull, like a head. A skull, how do you say this? But it feels like the full person is choking the other person. So this, and it has a very pleased look, like a very peaceful look, the person who's doing the choking. So if maybe it feels like, for some of you, that you feel choked in your family life. It's like your family life, maybe you have a happy family, you might even have a happy home. Everything is fine, Gemini, in your house, in your marriage. But it's so fine that you feel like choking. It's so wonderful that you cannot breathe how good it is. And it's good, and maybe because it's a 4. 4 is like a very solid structure. It's an immovable structure. There's no change. And you feel like you're choking with so much happiness. Now, I don't know if this makes any type of sense to you. That's what I'm getting from these two cards. Now, if this has nothing to do with marriage, it feels like the success of your life is choking you. The success of your life does not allow you to breathe. Everything is so good. Everything is wonderful. And you cannot breathe under the weight of so much happiness and in victory in your life. Again, does this make any type of sense to you? And I don't know, embracing the dark is like maybe the thing that will save you from this feeling. Another way of reading these two cards together is that maybe the central theme for the month of May 2018, Gemini, is that everything, you'll have to face the fact that you do not have a happy family life. That everything seems fine on the surface. People look at you and they think, oh, he or she is in a such happy marriage, and maybe behind closed doors they don't know that you're being abused and your husband or wife or spouse doesn't treat you properly. Now, I don't mean necessarily choking you, okay? It could be that for some, I really hope not. But it's like maybe this person, maybe your spouse just is so controlling that you feel like choking. You feel like he or she is always there and you don't have freedom and you don't have time for yourself. Oh my God. I have a Sagittarius moon, and I would hate that. Sagittarius and Gemini, I think they share the love of freedom. So it's like that. It could be everything seems fine, but it's not. And the other person is actually way too possessive and doesn't allow you freedom. Or it might even be abusive type of relationship, and everyone thinks from the outside that you have a wonderful relationship, and that is not the case. Now, it could be, I said marriage, but it could be like this in a job situation. Oh, he or she, you, Gemini, you have the best boss, and this boss really loves you, and behind it, it's like, it's not like that at all. I say boss, it could be a job, okay? The job is choking you. It's like, doesn't allow you to grow and breathe. And you have to face that. Maybe the month of May 2018 is the time for you to face the reality of this situation in order to change it. Okay, I was hoping this would be a good reading. I have not lost that hope yet. Okay, let's see. That which is yet not seen. The Seven of Mirrors, which in traditional decks is called the Seven of Cups. And to me, what I'm getting is a broken illusion, So this woman, this young woman, she's working on this thingy. I don't know what to call this in English, I'm sorry. In Portuguese, we call it tiar. It's, you make, I don't know, stuff. How do you say this? You work on something, you make, I don't know what to call this. You make your own clothes, or you make something that you will use to make your own clothes. Again, I don't remember the name right now. I apologize. So she's working on this, which I would say it's a traditional woman's type of work, and she doesn't seem happy because she had so many dreams. She had so many illusions. Okay, but she's just working. And I don't think she believes in those former dreams, in those former illusions. And behind her, there's a broken mirror. To me, it speaks of a broken illusion. Like, finally, she has to come to terms that all of these illusions are keeping her stuck in one place and not allowing her to grow. And coming to understanding that up to that point, what she had was illusions, and what fueled her were her illusions and not reality. Just facing the fact that her dreams are illusions and maybe will never be fulfilled is the thing that will allow her to get unstuck. And this is the clarification card. You see, this guy, he seems to be stuck on the material plane, but he is on top of him, there's like these flames. I feel it's like spiritual flames, like the way what he uses in this image, what this guy uses to get unstuck, or at least to deal with reality, is with the reality, which is not very pleasant. He kind of uses his spirituality to get unstuck. But to me, it's to deal with this material plane, which is really, it's like tarred, you know, just keeping him in his place. And he has bigger dreams and he has bigger ambitions, but he's there stuck. But he has hope that he will be unstuck one day and fulfill his dreams and ambitions. And I would say that sometime in May 2018, Gemini, you will eventually understand that your dreams were just illusions, and that illusion is broken, and it's like finally you can see the truth, and the truth is painful to see, that you were guided through the thing that guided you was not reality, it was illusions. And because of that, you are stuck in a place for a very long time. And this could apply to your marriage, this could apply to your job, to your career, to your professional situation. There's something here where you have to come to terms with reality, because you're not happy anymore. Before, you thought, maybe if I do this, my dreams will be fulfilled. Maybe if I do that, my dreams will be fulfilled. But now you understand that that will never happen. And you have to break free of this situation. By breaking free of this situation is shattering the illusion. The illusion is going to be shattered. And by the shattering of this illusion, you will be it's like the first step for you to break free. Okay? Again, I was hoping this would be a good reading. Now, the basis, the root causes for this reading for the month of May 2018. Gemini, you have the 9 of Spirals, which is the 9 of Wands in traditional decks. And this is the clarification card. Yeah, you were resisting change. You were resisting change. You're like very solidly stuck in one place. I would say, Gemini, you might have something in a fixed sign. You might have the Sun in Gemini, for instance. You might have the Moon in Gemini, for instance. But you must have something in fixed signs. Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, or Scorpio. Because this is an energy of being stuck. Because you keep going. Therefore, you must have fixed signs in your natal chart, I would say. Even something, because it's spirals, therefore fire, it could be Leo, but I'm also getting Taurus, okay? And I would say Uranus in your 12th house is like a wake-up call for you to get you unstuck. It just wakes you up and tells you, this is just a dream, this is just an illusion, you have to snap out of it and you have to live your life. It's like the root causes of all of this is the fact that you are the sort of person who does not let go of a situation and you keep resisting change. And it's like almost in an instinctual sort of way, you resist change. You kind of behave, Gemini, and I don't want to offend you, please don't be offended, please. You kind of behave, and I'm just reading the cards, okay? I don't know you. You kind of behave almost like an animal, in a very aggressive way, like a savage animal, like a wild animal, not savage, wild animal. When people try to change you, when people try to bring any sort of change into your life and you just don't like it, and you don't like it at all, and you just kind of, you might seem like a very nice person, but if people just try to change you, or if there's a situation that tries to bring change into your life, tries to bring transformation into your life, you behave like a wild animal and you lash out and you attack. Almost in an instinctual sort of way. And I would say in order to protect you from change, in order to protect your dreams and illusions. It's like you protect your illusions from being shattered. But in May 2018, Gemini, you have to face the truth, I would say. Something might happen that forces you to face the truth of an illusion. You thought your marriage was great, or you're not looking at your marriage and it's not great. And you're being abused and you're trying to pretend that it's not so, and something happens and you have to face the fact this is a crappy marriage. You are in a career that does not give you what you want, that has promised a lot, and something happens and that pulls the rug out under your feet, and you have to face the reality. This is just an illusion. This will not bring you what you desire. Something might happen, and you might behave in a very wild sort of way when this thing, whatever it is, happens. Pay attention to the 15th of May. That's when Uranus enters the sign of Taurus. Pay attention to those dates, to that date, okay? Again, this is a very general sort of reading. Now, Gemini, what is the past influencing the present and the future? You have Papa Legba, which is the Strength card. It's a major arcana card. Now, I like to use several different types of decks because it adds different dimensions to each one of the cards. So you can read the Strength card in a traditional way, but if the Strength card in any other deck is presented in a slightly different way, it adds another dimension and adds another layer. It's really good. I like it. I like that very much. It helps you understand the cards in more ways than one, and it gives a different twist, and I like it. I like this newness to the cards, not just a traditional way. So Papa Legba, the Strength card. The Strength card is that, again, you might have something in Leo, because the 9 of spirals is wands. Wands is the fire element, and the sign which is fixed in the fire element is the Leo. Okay, and I said that you might have something very strong in a fixed sign, so I said Taurus, but because there's another card talking about Leo, which is the Strength card. The Strength card is connected with the sign of Leo. You might, if you're seeing this video, you might have something very important in the sign of Leo. It could be the moon, it could even be the sun, it could be the rising sign, something strong in Leo. Okay, so Leo's and the Strength card speaks of, again, a force that cannot be moved. Like, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here, no matter what. I'm gonna stay in this situation. I'm gonna stay in this marriage, in this relationship, in this work, in this whatever, and I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to endure everything. So you're going to stay long after the due date of this thing, whatever it is. Like other signs would have, like, or the people would understand, okay, I've tried everything that I've tried. It's not working. I'm leaving. You're not like that, Gemini. If you're seeing this video, there's some part of you that is not like that. You're gonna go beyond that which is reasonable. Okay? So this is how you behaved in the past, because it's the Strength card. However, Papa Legba represents another thing. Papa Legba belongs to the voodoo religion, or the voodoo religion, and I'm sorry if I'm not saying this properly. I apologize. And he is, if I remember this correctly, he is the one that opens up roads, opens up ways. I think within the voodoo or the hoodoo, I don't know how to say this, religion, if you want to talk to any sort of spirit, first you have to call Papa Legba. Why? Because he opens up the roads. He's like the key. First you ask him to open up the ways that allow other spirits to come. So he's the key. He opens up roads. This is interesting, and this is important. This tells me within the last 3 months, so it's May, within the last 3 months, something happened that opened up new ways. There's new roads opened up for you to walk upon. There's new roads. There's new that are open to you. There's new possibilities that are open to you. And maybe you're very stubborn and you don't want to go through these new roads. But there are several possibilities which were already presented to you within the last 3 months. Okay? I would say. And you're stuck still in the same situation. Maybe a friend told you, maybe a Leo friend told you, hey, I see that you don't have a good marriage. You can come and live with me as long as you want. That's a new possibility. And you're like, no, 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 I'm going to make it work. Maybe someone told you, hey, would you like to come and work for me? Or would you like to do freelance work for me? No, 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 I don't have the time because I have, in my current job situation, I have to work, I don't know, 24 hours a day. And there's someone or something came into you and gave you possibilities and gave you choices. And I'm thinking you're being stubborn and you're being stuck in the same position. Now this is a clarification card. And to me this is one of the soulmate cards in this deck. It feels like that. But, okay, I can read this as like the person who gave you new possibilities is a person who cares for you. So a friend, would be a family member. It's someone who is kind of like a soulmate in your life. And I'm not saying in a romantic sort of way. A soulmate can be any type of people. Family members, brother, sister, father, mother, someone who, it could be like, there's two types of soulmates. One who really cares for you deeply, with whom you have a deep connection, and this could happen in your family, could happen with your friends, yes, even in your romantic life, yes. And the second type of soulmate is the one who comes into your life to make you grow, to help you grow. And this type of soulmate can behave as a jerk, can be acting like a jerk, can really be a very difficult person to deal with, and it's the type of person that behaves in a way that will make you eventually change, okay? Or that kind of forces you to look at your shadow, like the shadow which you deny. And this person behaves in a way that you really dislike, but you're not seeing that this person is acting out on the outside world part of you as your personality, the personality that you deny that you have. So this person might be, for instance, another way of reading this, a very stubborn type of person, a Leo energy, behaves in a very stubborn sort of way, doesn't move, okay, follows their own rules and values, even if you think that they're wrong, and you think, oh my God, he or she is a jerk. Oh, my sister behaves like this, I hate it. My father behaves like this, I hate it. My friend behaves like my boss, jerk. My boss, who is a jerk, behaves like this. Actually, this person is your soulmate, is showing you parts of yourself that you don't want to bring into consciousness, and he or she is actually helping you on a spiritual level. I know this is difficult to listen to, and just because I say it doesn't mean that I'm this great, fantastic person who knows how to deal with this sort of energy, because I am not, okay? I'm telling you how things might be. I'm not telling you that me in your situation who know how to deal with them, because this is very difficult, okay? This is very difficult type of energy to be dealing with, and we have all of these people in our lives. There's not one of us alive on earth, wow, 28 minutes, that does not have this type of energy in their lives. You have the good type of soulmate, good, quote unquote, and the bad, quote unquote, type of soulmate. So it could be either two situations, like one soulmate who knows that you're struggling. This person really loves you, and there's like a deep connection, a soul connection, and this is not love, okay? I'm not seeing love here. It could be for some, yeah, but not necessarily. To me, it's like a friend, a brother, a sister, a family member, who sees that you're struggling in your work life, in your family life, in your romantic life, and just offers you a hand to help you, and you're like, nope, I can deal with this. The other way of reading it could be a soulmate again, but the jerk type of soulmate. That's really upping the way he or she behaves, and you really dislike it. And within this person's behavior, within the last 3 months, there's some sort of avenue which has been opened to you. There's like new possibilities, and you said no to these new possibilities. When you said no to these new possibilities, this jerk in your life just became even more of a jerk. And this, if you read all of this in a spiritual way, all of this is telling you, please change, please change. It's like God, for those who believe in God, or the universe is trying to tell you, please change, please, 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 please change, please, please, please change. Change your behavior. This will not lead you anywhere. Change your behavior. Stop behaving like this, okay? I don't know which, I mean, this could even happen all at once. So the good type, quote unquote, there's possibilities open up to you. You said no. Then the good type of soulmate, the quote unquote good, the nice one, offers you a hand. You said no. Then the jerk type of soulmate behaves in a very unbearable sort of way, and you're still stuck in the same position. Oh God. I understand how difficult. Trust me, I have that type of energy myself, okay? Okay, that which is in your mind, that which you want for the month of May 2018, Gemini. In your mind, or that which you want. It could be read in two different ways. It's the Eight of Scrolls. So the Eight of Scrolls in traditional decks is called the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is when we feel victimized. When you are being victimized by something or a situation, a person, a job situation, whatever situation, that's a way of reading it. You could be the victim of a certain situation. Maybe you're stuck in a job because you cannot leave because you have bills to pay. Maybe you're stuck in a certain romantic relationship for the same reason. You don't have money to leave, for instance. I don't know. Or maybe you have kids. Maybe you're afraid that your spouse takes the kids and you will never be able to see your kids again. You're stuck in a situation which is a bad situation. Okay? This is one way of reading it, and you are truly the victim of a situation. Another way of reading the Eight of Swords is that you are stuck in a situation because of your negative thoughts. You think in a very negative way, and you don't see roads, new possibilities. You don't see new roads opening up for you. You don't see new ways of exiting this bad situation because you keep being stuck in a very negative way. Now, that's the traditional Eight of Swords meaning. However, in the Chrysalis Tarot, it's the Eight of Scrolls, and it's like this woman does what I do. I don't look at crystal balls. Okay, I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. So this is a seer or a tarot reader or a psychic, and how can I read this? It's like it's like that. It's gotten so bad that what you want is to go to this type of person, a tarot reader, an astrologer, a seer, a psychic, to go to this person and just ask him or her, I'm thinking it's more like a woman, how do I get out? What do you see in my future? I feel like some of you it's like that, like, oh my God, I have to have some sort of, you feel the need to have some sort of glimmer of hope. Okay, you want to feel that within the future, in the future, there's hope. Even if you don't go and see this type of person. But you want to be given a glimmer of hope, I would say. That's what you want. You want some sort of hope because you feel that you are in a very difficult situation. And this is the clarification card. So this is a woman, and to me it feels like her crown, I don't know if this is the crown chakra or the third eye. Feels more like the crown chakra, because the crown chakra, if I'm not mistaken, has the purple color. And above her, there's what? Where's that? What there is above her? There's like a vase, a vase, and exiting this vase, there's all sorts of, there's something leaving this vase. It's like an activation of the crown chakra. You want to go to a woman to activate your crown chakra. You want to go, what we'd like to do is to be able to connect, I would say, with your spirit guides, with your guardian angels, so you know what to do next. So it's like you want to take, again, this as the spiritual, you want to, how do I say this? It's like you want to use the excuse of using spirituality in order to stay stuck still in the same situation. It's like you feel like, oh, this is the type of thing that I have to go through, because spirituality, in terms of spiritually, it makes sense that I need to suffer. That's what you say to yourself. That's like an excuse you use. Does that make any type of sense to you? It's like you're using this as an excuse, like this suffering, and you don't want to exit this suffering. You don't want to give up right now because you feel that it was meant to be, and I must stay where I am, because if I stay longer, this suffering will end, and then I'll get what I want. This is just an excuse, okay? This is what you want. You want to make sense of this suffering in a spiritual way, but it doesn't make sense in a spiritual way, okay? You need to leave. I don't know what it is. You need to leave this situation and stop using spirituality as an excuse. If that is so, the thing that you're doing, okay? This is not meant to be. And another way of reading it is that you want to connect with your spirit guides, with your guardian angel, and you want to do it through a medium, through a psychic. Okay, you can do that. But if this person is telling you this was meant to be, and you're supposed to be suffering, I want to say, please don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Okay? If this person is giving you negative spins to whatever your situation is, please don't believe it. I'm not saying that this person is lying, okay? I'm saying that maybe you got attracted to the type of psychic tarot reader, astrologer, whatever, that will give you the thoughts that you already have. Okay? And those are, I would say, the types of thoughts where you try to rationalize your pain. You try to rationalize your suffering. So, I would say that it would be better to connect with your spirit guides in a more positive way. With your guardian angels in a more positive way. Listen to the positive that your spirit guides have to say to you, even if you use another person. Just listen to the positive, okay? The positive of now, not the positive in the future, the positive of now. Things positive. But because you do have a wish, you do want to connect with your spirit guides, God, universe, your higher self in a more positive way. You do have that wish. Because you want to make sense of everything which is happening to you. But again, all of this comes from the fact that you don't like to change. You don't want to change. And also the fact that you don't like to look at your shadow. You don't like to look at the negative aspects of yourself. Now, the near future could be within 2 weeks. Right, that's when the 15th or the 16th of May, that's when Uranus enters the sign of Taurus. So, yeah, and you have the Phoenix, which is the Judgment card in traditional decks. There's some sort of big transformation coming your way. Either you liking it or not, it doesn't matter. This transformation is coming your way because you're not doing it for yourself. Gemini, you're not doing it for yourself. Help was offered, at least within the past 3 months. Your soulmates try to change you, try to give you possibilities, but you kind of said no. You didn't enter those new roads. You didn't accept those new roads, Gemini. Again, this is a very general reading. If this does not make sense to you, that's fine, okay? It might not make sense to everyone. I'm thinking maybe it's probably is more only I'm sorry, it's only making sense to about those 20% of people, those 20% of the Geminis who are supposed to have a big transformation in May 2018. Maybe this reading is more directed towards them. So there's a big transformation the month of May, in the middle of May, around the time when Uranus enters the sign of Taurus. Big transformation, like a wake-up call, in traditional decks. And my right side of the head is tingling. Every time the right side of my head is tingling, I feel like it's the angels, you know, saying hello. Again, you don't have to believe in any of that, okay, for you to take something out of this reading. The Phoenix, rising from the ashes. You're rising from the ashes, and it's a wake-up call. In traditional decks, it's the Archangel Gabriel playing the horn. It's not like it's a musical instrument, and it's a wake-up call for you to start living the life you're supposed to live. You're meant to live. And this is the how do you say this? The clarification card. Yeah, to me it's time. To me it's like a guardian angel or your higher self, or like someone that comes to you, not physically, but it's time. It's this person, this guardian angel is telling you it's time for you to change. It's time for you to raise from the ashes. It's time for you to start a new life. It's time for you to follow your vocation, the thing that you must be doing. It's time for you to start living your destiny. Either you like it or not, it's time. And it's gonna come with a bang. I'm sorry to tell you, because you resisted this change before. I apologize to tell you this. And either you like it or not, it's happening. It's happening. Now, you and how you feel. You have the Artist, Gemini, and it's the Queen of Stones, which in traditional decks is called the Queen of Pentacles. And it's because it showed up as the Artist, I would say that you feel like an artist. You might have some sort of artistic, you might be very creative, and you might be an expert in what you do because it showed up as the Queen. And the stones, Pentacles, connects with the earth element, which is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. I'm thinking Taurus because Taurus could be very creative. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So again, I'm getting the sense that you might have a mix of Gemini, Taurus, and Leo. You might have a mix of those. Gemini, Taurus, and Leo. If you have Gemini, Taurus, and Leo, now it could be Gemini Sun, or it could be Gemini Moon, it could be Taurus Rising, or it could be Taurus Sun, it could be Leo Rising, or Leo Moon, whatever. If you have that mix of Gemini, Taurus, and Leo, this reading is most definitely for you. So pay attention. So the Artist, it's interesting because in Taurus, which is the reading that I did before, there's like a vibe of the arts, like the arts coming into many Taurians' lives to change their lives, to expand them, to help them find harmony. And it feels like the same. It's like art is saving you. You're already good at art, whatever art ability you have, whatever artistic ability you have, you're very good at it because it showed up as the Queen. Okay? You are extremely good at it. Maybe you already do an artistic sort of work or job, but you're stifled. You feel you can't breathe in whatever profession it is. Because I would say that you want to expand, you want to go further, but you're afraid and you're stuck. But you see yourself as an artist, as a very good artist, and you probably are a very good artist. And at the same time, whatever change is coming your way might be done through art, or you might use art in order to keep yourself safe and sane. And sane, keep yourself sane using your artistic endeavors. It's like art saves you. Art saves your mind. Art gives you peace and harmony. And this is the clarification card, and this is a figure that has it's two heads. One head is like a grown-up, it feels like a woman. I'm sorry. And the woman, her face is like purple. And again, I'm thinking crown chakra. And on the other part of the card, there's a smaller face, and it's the eyes are open, and the smaller face is looking at the bigger face, and it feels like a sense of admiration. You feel that people admire your work, that you're very good at whatever you do, and you feel that you are admired. So this kind of gives you, this is like your base. The fact that you're very good. It's like the root within yourself that keeps you sane. You know that you're a very good artist, and you know that your art is admired. Now, if you're not an artist, is whatever it is that you do, you know that you're competent in whatever it is that you do, and you do it almost in an artistic sort of way. And even if you're like a lawyer, you can do it in an artistic sort of way, in a very competent and flawless sort of way. So you know that people admire you, and this kind of helps you. This kind of gives you, it's like the base for your self-esteem is like this, your competence in whatever job that you do. It's like your job kind of gives you your identity, and the fact that people admire you gives you your identity. So it helps you build your identity, but you're not only this, okay? You're not only your job and how good you are in it. Also, if you have any type of artistic endeavors, what I'm getting is because of the colors, purple and crown chakra, you feel that your art does not fully belong to you. You feel that you are inspired by God, your guardian angels, by spirit, by the source, by the universe. You have this most definite feeling that your art does not fully belong to you, that you're like almost channeling something that wants to be born, that needs to be born. You know this. So you're not, how do I say this? You're not full of yourself. Please forgive me for using this expression. You do not have hubris. You do not have this pride, thinking, I'm the sole creator of this work of art. No. You are aware that you might be you might be the channel for this art to be created. You are a very good channel because you are very competent, but you are aware that this art, whatever it is that you do, does not fully belong to you. It's part of you and part of something else. Like you are inspired by the spirit. A source wants to come forth and be born in this world, in an artistic sort of way and uses you as a channel, and you are most definitely aware of that. So even though your art and your competence in whatever work you do gives you your identity at some level, at the same time you understand that you're not fully the one who's responsible for this art. Something else inspires you. It's like, so at some level you are connected with your spirit guides and your angels and all of that, and you're more connected when you do art, and you want to be more connected outside of this time, outside of this place when you are doing your work. You want to connect to them even when you're not doing art. Does that make any type of sense to you? Okay, now the next cards are in the position of other people surrounding you, or how other people see you. I'm going to read again the keys. Papa Legba, even though it's not shown here, he is the key to open up roads, and the Ace of Pentacles has the key. I'm sorry, the Ace of Scrolls. The Ace of Scrolls, in the card, you see keys represented. It's like something is opening up in your world. Okay, I'm going to read this more as how other people are seeing you. Other people are seeing you as someone who is starting something in their life. Like people who are surrounding you, co-workers, colleagues, friends, family, lovers, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, spouse, children, whomever, is seeing you as someone, Gemini, who is starting something new in May 2018. You might be starting, you're studying something new, because scrolls is connected with the air element. You're studying something new. I don't know what it is. It's like you take the plunge. You decide to, there's like some sort of change that comes your way. You don't like it, but you might take the opportunity to study something that you always wanted to study. I don't know what it is. But it's like the key. It's the key. Whatever this thing is which you are learning, it's a key that will open up the understanding of these, let's call it, magic scrolls. The raven, I think this is a raven, is connected with magic. So you want to understand something which you've never understood before, that you always wanted to understood, and you're doing it. You're doing it in May 2018. I don't know what it is. It could be all sorts of things. It could be even a new language. I don't know. I'm going to give you just a random example. Let's say that you come from a family that has its roots in Bulgaria. I don't know. I'm just saying this. But you never learned the language, and you discovered old diaries from your family in Bulgarian, and you really want to learn whatever it is in those diaries or in those letters, but you have to learn the language. So it could be something like that, you know. I'm just giving you this as an example, but it's the key to unlock the magic and the key to embrace the dark, your shadow self, is to learn something new. You already know what this thing is. I don't know what it is, but you know what it is. And this card, to me, I've always connected this card in the Soul Cards deck with the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is the card connected with wish fulfilled. Maybe you always wanted to study something, and finally in May 2018 you have the opportunity to study this thing, whatever it is, that will unlock secrets, unlock magic into your life, and this is like a wish fulfilled. And this is how people are seeing you. They are seeing you as someone who finally has the time or the possibilities or the ability to study something that they always wanted to study, and that is the wish fulfilled. And they see you as fulfilling a wish, even though there's some sort of difficulty here in your life some sort of change which you are resisting, this change will allow you to fulfill a wish that you always had. I'm not going to read this as someone who's surrounding you. I'm going to read this as people see you. Okay? It's something that comes your way. So I was saying in the beginning, this is not a very good read, but now I'm seeing it is that something bad happens that will allow you for something good to happen. Remember this card. Embrace the dark. Remember the messages in the beginning. Sometimes you need the darkness in order to see the stars. It's like that. Something bad happens. Bad. Not bad. You think it's bad, but it's not bad. It's like something difficult happens that allow you the space to go after what you really truly do want. Now, wishes, fears, advice. And you have the mime, the page or the page of spirals. In traditional decks, it's called the page of wands. So it's a message, for instance. It could be a message of some kind. So you are afraid of this message. Now this is a message connected with something which fills you with passion, which I'm thinking it's something to do with art. I don't know what it is. You are afraid of getting this message, or you want to get this message. And this is a traditional, the clarification card. It feels like an old woman on the threshold of something new. It feels like an old woman. To me, it's like the grandma card. I'm thinking that you think you're too old to start this new thing. There's something new that really fills you with passion, fills your heart with passion. To me, this is not love. This is not a love reading. I'm sorry to tell you. But it's something new. But you feel you're too afraid to start this something new because you feel, oh, I'm too old. I'm 60. I'm 45. I'm 55. I'm a grandmother. There's no way that I can do this thing that I've always wanted to do. I'm too old for this. No, you're not. You're not. You're not too old. You could be 90. You'd still not be too old. Okay? You could be 110. That's not old. Do you understand what I'm saying, Gemini? I really hope so. I really hope you're listening to what I'm saying. It's like this woman is coming out from like a deep cave, coming out from the safety, which is not safe, and is like looking at a brand new day, a brand new start, and she's too afraid because she feels, I'm old, I need a stick to walk, I need to, the support of a walking stick to get around. I cannot possibly start this. This could even be going back to college, going to art school. I don't care how old you are. I just got this thought, maybe you want to learn some sort of new technique, some sort of new artistic technique, and you need to have some sort of training, some sort of course, or even go back to college. I don't know, but you're afraid because you think you're too old. You're not too old. Whatever this is, you're not too old. That's the advice. Go and do it. Go and do it. A brand new life awaits you. And then finally, the outcome card for May 2018, Gemini, you have the acrobat, the page of stones, not the page. In traditional decks, this is called the page of pentacles. You're learning something new that connects because you showed up as the Queen of Stones or the Queen of Pentacles. You are already an artist, and the outcome is the page of stones or the page of pentacles. So you're learning something new connected with your art. You're expanding your art. I don't know what it is. It could even be something, I'm just going to give you an example. You're very good at painting. You decide, I'm going to learn sculpting. You're expanding something connected with your art for those who are artistic. For those, it's like your whole being is connected with your work. Even, again, like I said, even if you don't do anything connected with art, you are almost artistic in your work. Even if you're a lawyer, even if you're an accountant, but you're learning something connected with your work. And I would say also that your work is almost like a vocation. but you're learning something new, and you're doing it. You see, it's called the acrobat. So this person, I would say, is behaving in a very flexible sort of way, and is behaving. It's in the Page of Stones. Might speak of young, not young children, but young people. So it's like it helps you feel younger, even if you're like 60, and you do have the flexibility to undertake this new thing, whatever it is. Okay, and learning this new thing is the way for you to get flexibility, is the way for you to learn how to not resist changes in your life. Do you understand? I really hope so. And this is the clarification card, and you see a woman with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arms. And to me this is a woman. It could be a man, or it's good, yeah, it could be a man also. It's a person, okay? And it feels like this person is holding an egg. An egg, to me, is a symbol for new beginnings. It's a brand new beginning. And you got this because you're very good at whatever you do. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new start. You're learning something new. I don't know what it is, but you got this, and you have the competence, and you have the ability, okay, to really excel at whatever it is. This something new that is coming your way in May 2018, Gemini. Okay, 1 hour. Wow. So that's it, Gemini. This is the reading that I have for you. Very big reading for the month of May 2018. If you like your own personal consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.